All right, let's dive in. Today we're looking at the New York Institute of Finance. They've got this tagline where Wall Street goes to school. And honestly, that really made me curious. See, my own finance knowledge is, well, a little rusty. So I'm hoping this deep dive helps us both understand what makes NYI so special. Luckily, we have an expert here to help us out.
Happy to share what I know. NYI's history is fascinating. It really reflects Wall Street itself, how it's changed and adapted.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. NYF's been around for a while, but where did it all start?
So, picture the 1920s, the roaring 20s. The New York Stock Exchange is just buzzing with activity, and the NYSE realized all these young people joining the industry needed to learn the basics. They needed structure, so they founded NYIF to give them a solid education.
Wow, so they were born right in the heart of Wall Street. That must have shaped their early programs.
Absolutely. The goal was to teach the why behind how finance works. Not just the tasks, but the principles driving the markets. There's this quote from their early days that says, "In 1921, it became evident that, for the sake of the business itself and for the sake of the thousands of young men and women employed by the exchange and by its member firms, some method should be devised whereby they might learn the fundamentals, the reasons why they did the things which occupied their working days."
That's a great philosophy. So they started with the fundamentals? Did they stick to that, or did things change over time?
Oh, they definitely evolved. The world of finance doesn't stand still. In 1925, they came up with this really cool idea, the mock market. Imagine learning by doing right on the NYSE floor after hours.
Wow, a real-life finance video game. But did they always stay so close to the NYSE?
For a while, yes. By 1930, they were teaching employees from all NYSE member firms. But then things got interesting. I found this mention of military training in the NYSE meeting minutes from 1942.
Military training, now that's unexpected. What was that all about?
I know, right? It's definitely intriguing. My sources don't go into detail, but we can speculate. It was probably related to the war effort, maybe giving people the financial skills they needed for military operations.
Interesting. It shows how adaptable NYIF has been. But
Yeah.
eventually, their relationship with the NYSE changed, right?
Yeah, in 1960, they were sold to Prentice Hall, the publishing company.
That's a big change. Going from being a part of the NYSE to being owned by a publisher.
Yeah.
Did this new setup last?
Well, Prentice Hall was eventually bought by Pearson Pleck. That's the global education company. So for a while, NYIF was part of Pearson, along with Prentice Hall.
Okay, so bit of corporate reshuffling there.
Then in 2013, they became part of the Financial Times Group, still under Pearson at this point.
So they moved around within the Pearson empire.
Actually, no, get this. In 2017, NYIF went independent.
Wow, what a journey. From the NYSE to Prentice Hall to Pearson and the Financial Times, and then back to being independent. That really shows how they've adapted and stayed relevant in the world of finance.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Despite all these changes, they've maintained this global reach. By 2015, they had over 35,000 students from over 120 countries.
That's incredible. I'm curious, with so many students worldwide, what kind of training programs do they offer? What makes them stand out?
Well, they offer a huge variety, over 120 courses actually. Everything from investment banking and financial modeling to risk management and fintech. They even have programs for specific career paths like becoming a CFA or CFP.
So it's not just general financial knowledge, they get into the specifics.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not just teaching, they also have their own qualifications, professional certificates, which are really respected in the industry.
So you can earn actual credentials through NYIF.
You got it. And to make sure those credentials are top-notch, they partner with some big names like NASBA, the CFA Institute, the Institute of Certified Bankers, even the Project Management Institute.
Wow, that's impressive. It really shows they care about quality and being recognized in the industry. While I was researching this, I came across something pretty cool. Did you know Warren Buffett went to NYIF?
Yeah, that's right. After he graduated from Columbia Business School, he decided to keep learning. He attended NYIF in 1951.
That's amazing. If someone like Warren Buffett saw value in NYIF, that says a lot.
It definitely does. It shows that no matter how much you know, there's always more to learn, especially in a field like finance, which is constantly changing.
That's a great point. It's inspiring to see that even someone so successful still wanted to learn more. This makes me wonder, NYIF has been around for over a century and adapted to so much. What does that tell us about how important financial knowledge is today?
I think it shows that the financial world never stands still. Globalization, technology, new regulations, it's all changing. And keeping up is essential for anyone in finance. NYIF acts as a bridge between the theory and the practice. They make complex ideas understandable for professionals at all levels.
So it's not just for beginners. Even experienced professionals go to NYIF.
Definitely. I'd argue that lifelong learning is even more important in finance. Things change so fast, if you don't keep up, you'll get left behind.
That makes sense.
Mm.
This deep dive has been really eye-opening. We've covered NYIF's history, their global impact, the amazing programs they have, and how they've stayed relevant. But I'm curious, what stands out to you about NYIF? Anything that surprised you?
I think what fascinates me the most is how NYI's story reflects the bigger picture of finance. They started during this huge growth period on Wall Street, and they've evolved alongside the industry ever since. Market crashes, technological revolutions, changes in the global economy, they've seen it all. And through it all, they've provided the knowledge and skills needed to navigate those changes.
That's a great observation. It's like they're a little model of financial history itself.
Mm.
And it's reassuring to see that specialized knowledge and practical skills in finance are still valuable.
Exactly. No matter how much technology changes things or how much markets go up and down, human expertise is always going to be crucial in finance.
This deep dive has given me a new appreciation for NYIF. They've stuck to their mission of providing great financial education for over 100 years. They've adapted and innovated along the way. And it's amazing to see that even Warren Buffett saw the value of continuous learning.
It's a good reminder for all of us, no matter where we are in our careers, there's always more to learn, more to discover. NYF embodies that spirit of continuous growth. They remind us that knowledge is a powerful tool, especially in the world of finance.
Before we wrap up, I wanted to go back to that mock market you mentioned earlier. I'm really curious. Can you describe it a bit more? What was it like? How did it help the students?
Oh, yeah, the mock market. Imagine you're on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. But it's after closing, so all the regular trading is done. And instead of experienced traders, it's students, all eager to learn. It was the simulated trading environment. They could buy and sell securities, see how the market was moving, make decisions based on real-time data. It wasn't just learning the mechanics. It was about thinking critically, assessing risk, reacting quickly to changes.
Wow, that sounds like an incredible experience, getting to apply what they learned in such a realistic setting.
It was, and it really shows how dedicated NYF was to hands-on training. Going beyond textbooks and lectures, they knew that to really master finance, you need to be able to do it, not just read about it.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. It's inspiring to see how NYF has empowered people with the financial knowledge they need.
I agree. It's been great to share this with you. Hopefully our listeners are feeling inspired to learn more about finance too. Maybe even think about the role of continuous learning in their own careers.
Absolutely. That's a great takeaway. Well, I think that's a perfect place to wrap things up. Thank you so much to our expert for guiding us through this fascinating exploration of the New York Institute of Finance, where Wall Street goes to school. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning and stay curious.